Hello and welcome to State of the Union. I'm Stefan Grobe in Brussels. What experts have been warning against for months now seems a reality in Europe. The second wave of coronavirus is there and is traveling fast. Daily infection numbers have reached levels not seen since the height of the crisis in spring. Hospitals are facing an increasing number of patients in intensive care, and they are coming dangerously close to saturation. This week, European leaders hit the emergency brake and passed stricter measures, while warning the public that more serious stuff may be in the pipeline.
In fact, we will have a partial lockdown. To get the virus under control, the number of social contacts and travels must be drastically reduced. Our objective is to reduce private contacts, which are the most dangerous contacts. In this decisive and critical phase of autumn, it's very, very important that everyone continues to play along.
So far, leaders are tiptoeing around new total lockdowns. That's something that nobody really wants, given the stark economic consequences. Meanwhile, the pandemic continues to take a toll on political life. Public events are being cancelled or reduced to a minimum. The Socialist group in the European Parliament went ahead with their EU-Africa Partnership Week. This is an important relationship that the EU wants to expand. They want to see Africa become an equal partner in terms of trade and common values.
Our priorities as Europe have to be in the same agenda with Africa: equality, rule of law and democracy.
There is one issue where Africa is doing remarkably well these days, and even better than Europe: the coronavirus pandemic. A continent that suffered from HIV and Ebola in the past has apparently learned from that experience. Let's bring in Dr. Ngoy Nsenga, Program Manager for Emergency Response at the World Health Organization Regional Office for Africa, who joins us from Brazzaville. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me today.
Dr. Nsenga, before we start our analysis, please bring us up to speed. What is the situation right now? What are the countries and regions most affected by the coronavirus?
All the 47 countries have been affected right now. They've reported cases, at least one case there, all the 47 countries. As of today, we are counting about 1.2 million persons affected in the region. And unfortunately, the region has also lost 26,000 about people to COVID-19. Of course, we have what we call the top 10. Among them is South Africa. South Africa has reported the highest number of cases in our region. And lately, South Africa is reporting up to 60% of cases on daily basis. But we have also Algeria, Ethiopia, and Kenya, among others. So those are the countries that I have reported in terms of number of cases in our region.
At the beginning of the pandemic, experts imagined millions of deaths and serious infections and the collapse of already shaky healthcare systems. Yet half a year later, this horror scenario has not materialized. Why hasn't the virus hit Africa as hard as expected?
Yeah, that's true. Everyone, including ourselves, we were very worried when at the beginning of the pandemic that Africa will likely be hardest hit by the pandemic. Fortunately, I would say fortunately for us, until now, we haven't seen. I would say until now. We are not yet out, but until now, we haven't seen those huge number, catastrophic number that we thought we were going to have. Now, why is it so? We think, like any other outbreak, like so many factors contributed to the situation you are living in Africa. One of them is like most African countries, many African countries took the decisions at the right time. Most of them actually took the preventive measures, social measures, when they didn't have even cases yet. Some of them, they took the decision when they have few cases. That's one. Then two is the dynamic itself. Most of our cases at the beginning of the outbreak, it started in the big centers, in cities, in towns, in the capitals. So, and because of those measures I was talking about, the outbreak did not take that time to expand beyond the capitals in exponential time and very quickly.
What do you make of the argument that some experts are advancing that age is one of the reasons for Africa's resilience, that Africa is such a young continent with an average age of 19 or 20, that it constituted a kind of natural barrier to the virus?
That's true. But at the same time, we look at the dynamic, the expansion of the disease, it was like, the same dynamic as we can see in other regions. So it can have played a role, yes, but at this point we don't know exactly to what extent the structure, the demographic structure has really contributed to the current situation we are seeing in Africa.
Very interesting, Dr. Ngoyin Senga from the WHO Regional Office for Africa. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you again, and thank you for the opportunity.
With the prospect of new lockdowns hovering on the horizon, people stuck at home might want to prepare for it, beyond stockpiling toilet paper. Maybe there is some inspiration in this feat from Japan. Just take a look. You will notice the nod to Rossini's William Tell overture. Just make sure that not all the bottles contained alcohol. That's it for this edition. I'm Stefan Grobe. Thank you for watching. Have a good week.